Good morning, I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. Now, I was planning on releasing some original music this week. There's a track I've been working on recently that I thought I'd upload today just for fun, but I've been having some really serious and annoying issues with RAM loading speed on my computer, basically. Using very, very large sample libraries all on an external hard drive instead of an external SSD just takes ages, and I've just been having loads of really boring computery issues today, and that's meant that I haven't been able to finish what I was planning on uploading. It basically just means that my next payday is going to be very, very small because I'm going to need to get myself about 1 terabyte of external SSD storage. But it's an investment in my future, I guess. At least that's what I always tell myself when I'm trying to rationalize spending loads of money on something to do with music or computers. In 5 years, I'll definitely be looking back over all of the money that I've made using this little external storage device. Anyway, I digress. This is going to be a very short, simple video. There are 2 things that I need to say. Firstly is next week, I'm doing a Q&A video, which I haven't done for ages. I think I haven't done a Q&A in over a year, so be sure to ask all of the questions that you want answers to down in the comment section, or hit me up on Twitter or Instagram. Not that I ever fucking use Twitter, I hate it. But yeah, send me any questions that you can think of and I'll be answering them all next week. Even the silly ones, I'll answer those ones too. The second thing is basically a very small and inconsequential update to the EP that I announced that I was working on. Still working on it. That's it. I have lots of unfinished songs that could potentially be put into it if they end up being good enough. But yeah, at the moment I'm trying to sort of sort out which ones of those I want to put some work into that they can potentially end up on the EP, and ones that are just total shit. But maybe what I could do to make this video just slightly more interesting is play some samples and examples of some of the tracks that might end up on the EP. And then if you have any thoughts on them, then you can tell me. So if you hear something and you decide that that's absolutely shit and I would never ever want to listen to that ever in my entire life, then I won't put it on the EP. So maybe that could work, yeah. Okay, so first off, I'll play something that I've been working on fairly recently. It's not actually for the EP, it's a piece of sort of compositional library music that I'm working on at the moment, but it'll give you a sort of flavour of some of the other things that I do musically. I won't play much of it, it's very rough, but if you follow me on Instagram, you probably heard a little bit of this the other day. Cello. Under that I've got these like spiccato strings here that I'm trying to get to sound real. See, that is what happens when samples don't load properly, they cut out. This is exactly the problem I've been having all day. Anyway, that's just like boring orchestrally stuff that I work on in a completely separate field to the YouTube stuff. Okay, so this is something that actually I think probably will be on the EP, unless you tell me that it's total shit, in which case it might not be. But it's only about a third done. You can see here that I kind of structure things out, and then I think that will be the bridge when I get to it. But the moment, I'll just see what this sounds like. A lot of delay on this one, and I realised I forgot to plug this in. If anyone watching this is into music tech, this is my Strymon Big Sky. It's a really good reverb pedal, but I've got this set up as an I/O insert on my interface, and if you can see up here, it is patched back into this. So basically I then use that and send channels to go through this. So if I want to add like a real reverb that sounds quite nice, then I can do it through that, but I always have to remember to actually put it on the right setting. So you can actually see here, I've got it on this synth, which is a just turn that off, a very, very delayed synth. But if I just play it naked, and if I add this in, and the mix is on 0, but if I do this, this quite cool Juno synth pluck sound. I think it's a Juno anyway. In Omnisphere, which is a nice, right? But I added that with the pads that's going on behind it and whatnot. So. If you ever want to be Post Malone, just use 808s. But it's a nice way to add extra bass to your bass. But if you've got a hard kick, have a slow attack on the 808 so the note kind of fades in but you still get the punch of the kick. So that sounds those drums sound like absolute shit, and I'm fully aware of that. In fact, it probably all sounds like absolute shit. I don't know. I'm feeling quite exposed right now. The idea of people listening to this unfinished stuff. I wanted to get the beat in, so I just loaded a kit up and just played the notes in, and they will obviously be changed for better samples. But yeah, so that's one of them. I'm not going to play any of the vocals because I don't think they're auto-tuned yet.
I think you're funny, but I'd never tell you.
It's quite enough of that nonsense. I wonder what else we've got to play with. Okay, while this is loading, this is actually quite an interesting one because it's a sort of vaguely chill steppy kind of track, although I kind of am so bored with that genre now. There are no vocals in it. I don't know where I'd put vocals in it. So let me know if you think it's any good at all, whether I should try and incorporate some vocals into it or not. And again, I haven't actually looked at this for ages. I have a terrible problem with starting things and then never actually finishing them. So let me know if this is any good, if this is worth my time to finish and your time to listen to a finished version. I'd be really curious to know what you think. And I've got to double check that the reverb is set up again. Ah, okay, it is. Did I label what it should be? The reverb? Oh no, but I know what it should be. It's swell with a fat fucking tail on it. Yeah, that's what we like. That's much better. I got really bored because it's such a boring type of music to make. Like I get so little pleasure out of it, but yes, no, maybe, let me know. A new song. That's a gamble, isn't it? It's a gamble if I open that up, because it could be appallingly bad. I'll do it. Fuck it.
I follow your heartbeat, but it takes me.
Yeah, let's just completely ignore that. Open home. What's this? These are like really rough takes. Like those guitars are me chucking this microphone and sitting down and just playing it. I I just have to get things there so that I remember them, because I have a terrible memory for melodies and stuff. I think there are some vocals that go with this as well.
And I'll pretend I don't know how that feels. No, I climbed a mountain, I've forgotten how to walk away.
Let's have a look at some of my files from Reason, because that's the other DAW that I used a lot more. I only really use Logic now, but I still have all of these hundreds and hundreds of old projects. Maybe, if you want, maybe one day I'll do a video which is me going through some of these really old projects and listening to them and just reacting to them, because that would be very funny for you and horrendously embarrassing for me. Fade Away. Okay, so this is something that I started about 2 years ago and haven't really done anything to it since, but I might use it because I don't think it's bad. I just think it needs a lot of work. That's potentially something. Habits, this is another one. These are, in fact, these are so old, I'm almost definitely not going to put these on the EP. Okay, so this is another one I might use. It's a very old song, and I don't know, it's kind of a remake of something that I did once, but... Also, I'm using that fucking Owl City pad, and it's like the intro pad and texture to If My Heart Was a House, and his own remix of Hello Seattle. This, listen. Doesn't get more Adam Young than that. Right, I'm done doing this. I don't like it, and I now think that everything is terrible. Please don't be too mean about the stuff that I've played. Or do, I don't know, maybe it'll be good for me. But yeah, so those are a few examples of some of the things I'm working on. None of that is in any way finished or even close to being finished. There's loads of work that needs to be done to absolutely everything. So I guarantee that they will sound better. So there you go. I hope that's brought a little bit more purpose and interest to this video. And like I said, if you have any thoughts about the EP or any of the music that you've just heard, like sincerely let me know, because I don't want to put something out there that people just aren't interested in. If you think the style of some of the songs is completely wrong, then let me know. If you think they're crap, let me know. If you think they're really good and you definitely want to hear a finished version of them, that would be great feedback for me as well. And remember, Q&A next week, so ask me any questions that you have down in the comments section, and I will, like I said, be sure to answer every single one of them. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. I will see you very soon.